to stay risks annihilation. We must do it now before humanity is overtaken by some disaster that we can neither anticipate nor control. Artificial intelligence gone rogue.
A month ago, we had the story about the AI where they were trying to shut it down, and it decided, no, you're not killing me, and then created a whole AI language with another AI to go, hey, just let you know what these humans are up to over here.
Climate change, nuclear war.
Мною принято решение о проведении специальной военной операции.
Professor Stephen Hawking and other scientists believe that to secure the future of the human species, we must colonize another planet.
We can, and must, use our curiosity and intelligence to look to the stars. It could be a new virus.
China has identified the cause of the mysterious new virus.
Coronavirus.
Coronavirus.
12 years of perfect employment, it all blows up in 24 hours.
It could be an asteroid hitting the Earth.
The object could actually be on a mission to release, quote, mini probes that could invade Earth.
One of our species' great strengths is embracing new ideas and evolving them into cutting-edge technologies.
Today, we are really showing you how we are kind of one step closer to answering humanity's one of their most profound questions, and that is, are we truly alone in the universe?
Right now, as we speak, there are telescopes searching the skies for signals, for hints, for a sign of civilizations, or even the signals from starships moving through the sky, you know, whatever it is, that we're looking for that.
A year ago, we thought we found what we believe to be signs of microbial life on the Mars surface. And so we put it out to our scientific friends to pressure test it, to analyze it, and go, did we get this right? Do we think this is signs of ancient life on Mars? And after a year of review, they've come back and they said, listen, we can't find another explanation.
Hey everybody, we were covering the UAP or UFO hearing today in the House of Representatives. If you haven't heard about it, the Oversight Committee essentially brought in a lot of military members to testify about experiences they have had on naval ships or being in the Air Force, seeing in the skies over our military bases, things that they just can't explain.
So last July, NASA's Perseverance rover found a leopard-spotted rock at Mars. And scientists immediately knew, it was interesting, we hadn't seen anything like that before on Mars.
The rover spent several months exploring this area, ultimately pushing to the edge, the northern edge of the channel, where the Bright Angel Formation met the margin unit.
What you can see here is a set of spectra that are called Raman spectra. And there's a lot of information on these graphs. But the key thing to take note of is the fact that what we see in these spectra is something called a G-band, and that's pointed out on the image. The G-band for us is a smoking gun indicator for the presence of organic matter in this mud.
Our next guest, Harvard astrophysicist Avi Loeb, has suggested the 3-eye atlas is actually some type of alien technology sent here from another solar system.
Well, there are two possibilities. If it's a technological object, then it might maneuver itself. We haven't seen such a maneuver so far. But the other possibility is that it may release some other objects that reach the planets, and it will continue along its course to the next star.
One piece of video that has never before been seen really got a lot of attention. It purportedly shows some kind of craft flying over Yemen that the Pentagon at this point hasn't identified. What you see in the video, according to Congressman Eric Burleson, who introduced this video and obtained it, is this craft gets hit with a Hellfire missile.
Someone would see a light. They would pay attention to the light.
and then the object responds, it performs for you. And then they come down and they investigate you. So it's almost like they're curious.
The craft itself was this black metallic flake paint, but on top of the craft was this gold, lava, plasma, some type of fluid going over and around the craft.
When you would expect something to get hit with a missile like that, it would generally explode, or you would at least see it fall out of the sky. If you watch this radar image, that didn't really happen here. And this is one, he says, of many pieces of evidence about craft that are out there that, again, the Pentagon just does not have an explanation for.
Do you think that any of this is a psyop by the U.S. government?
Our government and other governments have admitted that they've tried to use UFOs to cover secret projects.
A lot of what we heard in there from witnesses were more direct pleas to lawmakers to pass legislation that protects whistleblowers. There was a stigma around this kind of UAP or UFO reporting. If you were in the military, it was frowned upon to talk to your supervisors, talk to your higher-ups about what you saw.
The fun of doing science is that we are guided by evidence and not prejudice. Now, we will get a good image of it when it comes close to Mars on October 3rd. We don't need to wait a lot. And there is a camera called HiRISE on the Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter that can image it with a pixel resolution of 30 kilometers. So we should be able to tell how much light is reflected off the object and from that infer its size. You know, I defined a new scale last month that is now called the Loeb scale, where 0 is a natural object and 10 is a technological object. And at this point, I give it around a 4. But if it looks like a comet as it comes closer to the sun, I'll reduce the rank closer to 0.
So this very well could be the clearest sign of life that we've ever found on Mars.
When we see features like this in sediment on Earth, these minerals are often the byproduct of microbial metabolisms that are consuming organic matter and making these minerals as a result of those reactions. So what we need to do from here is to continue to do additional research in laboratory settings here on Earth and ultimately bring the sample that we collected from this rock back home to Earth so that we can make the final determination for what process actually gave rise to these fantastic textures.
I have no doubt that we will eventually find ways of crossing the immense distances of space in just a few years.
Our ingenuity will get us to Proxima B.